Hello and welcome to The Hero Spouse. I'm Kenda Ruth, here to answer one of your questions about marriage and midlife crisis. Today we have an anonymous female left behind and forward-moving spouse. She has a bomb drop of March 11th, 2020, and a date of marriage of 2013. She has a clinging boomerang who's a high-energy replayer. She says, 4 months ago you told me that I needed the strong no-contact boundary. Yeah, I did. I finally put it in place. I told my ex-husband that he can no longer stay in my house when he visits. For the first time, he had to take the kids out for the weekend, and they stayed at the hotel. I also blocked my phone some time ago so he can only reach me via email. Nice, nice. You said I had to do it as he seems okay with having a part of me and it allows him to have two lives, one with the alienator and one with me. I think this is true. He's still very attached to me and says he loves me and was never happier than when he was with me. I'm finally strong enough and motivated to stay the course. Hard as it is, I'm also attached to him and I miss talking to him. Can you explain what the no contact boundary does to such an extreme clinging boomerang? Is it to motivate him to change his life? I know he misses me, but will it be strong enough to make him change? He's still so deep in escape and avoid. Unhappy but high energy and using parties and alcohol to escape. So first, yes, the no contact boundary with a boomerang. And instead of extreme, let's say solid. He's the solid kind of boomerang I like to see because he is interested in you, a clinging boomerang. He's interested in you. He's told you how it was better with you, that sort of thing. And he clearly shows craziness. But he doesn't direct a lot of his monstering negativity at you. He can, but he shows a fondness for you. We like that. So, yes, it is to motivate them to change. That doesn't mean they're going to change right away. And they need to see that you're not going to cave. So I set the no contact boundary. And for me, that no contact boundary, I didn't do a good job. He would want to come home and I'd say, no, you can't. But I didn't always do full no contact. Then when he did come home, I set up boundaries around coming home. I wanted him to get a separate place, but he refused. So then I felt forced to, okay, well, you can stay in the van, you can stay on the couch, you can do this, to get him out of the alienator's house. You know what I finally did the last time? I left him at the alienator's house. Whatever. Okay, you can come home when you agree to my terms. Well, if you want me out of her house, you better, no, we're working on my terms. So that was one of it. You have to get okay with letting him still be in that crisis, in places that you don't like, doing things that you don't like. And you just have to let him sit there. So no contact is a good thing. You know he misses you. How long is it going to take? I can't tell you. Will it be strong enough to make him change? That is going to be dependent on the level of reassurance he had. How reassured was he? And it's been 3 years and you've just started this. And that's when I did it too. Around the 3-year mark, I started working on it in this more diligent way. It was probably just a little after. How reassured is he that you'll never go anywhere? I can do whatever I want because she's never going to go away. She won't leave me. If they're reassured of that, that is the height of cake eating, because then they do the best of both worlds thing. And that's when you pull the rug out from under them. You being that rug. But when you do it, when you give this no contact, you say, I am doing this because I want. So you add the reassurance. Because I want us to be together. Because I want this. It's not just because I'm mad at you. Sometimes it is. But the purpose is I want us to be able to have a healthy relationship. And my goal for our healthy relationship is that we're together as a couple. You have said you regret the relationship with her, and in this case, there's a marriage with the alienator. If I'm that marriage of convenience, so she could be in country, I believe, unless I'm at the wrong one, but I believe that's your situation. And he said, I mean, I think he's in the past said, oh, I've just let her, married her so that for convenience. What, that he can divorce her. He can annul that scam of a marriage, the sham. So you have to let him do that, though. You can tell him when you're done with that. When you finish your fraud, and now be careful with that email address as well, because Chuck and I communicated a lot from email, but it was a lot of communication. It wasn't just, hi, I dropped the dog off at the house after I took her for the weekend, and he didn't do that anymore. But that's where the conversations happened. And so you have to be careful. He can reach you via email. I like that you blocked him by phone, but via email, if he tries to engage with you, have a conversation, you cut that off. Don't just not answer. Say, I'm really sorry, but you need to keep your contacts to me, to when you're going to drop the kids off or when you're going to pick them up, or if there's any problems going on, such as they need medicine, if there's any emergencies. If you can't keep to that, we're going to have to change this method of contact. And then one of the things you can do is you can set up, I think there are co-parenting apps, I don't know, or things you can do where you have the schedules set up, and you could both have access to this schedule. And he can go and change it in there, and maybe you'd get a notification bell when he changed it, but not notes to each other. So you need to stay strict with him on the email, because that's where he's going to slip in and break no contact, because that is still breaking no contact. And always reassure him, especially if he's like, you wanted this. You wanted me to, I know that you want me back, and you're not ever going to get me back now. He's trying to use it against you if he does that, and that's when you bring it back. No, you know what, hon? Sorry, but we're not going to buy that car. That is a bunch of BS, and I'm not going to cave to your demands because you think that's going to get me to do what you want so that you can come home, because it's not going to work. We've tried it. It's failed every time. But I do. You're right. You're right. I do want you home. I want you to move home in a forward and mature manner. And you do that only after you've proven you are ready to do it. So you contact me when you are ready to do that. You contact me when you have gotten rid of that other relationship. But I married her. That's your problem. You can solve it. It's not my problem. So you need to stick to it, and your voice is firm. Your voice is firm in these. Not cruel or rude, but it's firm. Because you don't want to hear wiggle room. My kids are always saying, can I do this? And then they ask again and again. Before kids even, it was one of my pet peeves when I give one answer. I don't want to be asked again because I'm consistent on my answer. No, you can't have candy. No. Has my answer changed, Peyton? No. Same thing here. Firm. It's not, no, I don't think so. No, we'll see. Maybe. No, none of that. They will see a deer in the headlights a mile away. They will recognize wishy-washy and waffling. Don't let them get away with it. So there was a post on the Facebook page the other day by Joy. She was talking about a friend whose husband had come back, and he was reporting. First, he was reporting about how he thought of her, even when they were separate, in a sense of having no contact. But also, that was also what brought him back. Not because of the lack of contact. It's not absence makes the heart grow fonder. It's she got a life. She detached and thrived. She was having a successful life, and it's not a jealousy. It's not revenge. It's the life best life well lived. But she wasn't pitying poor me victim puddle on the floor that you don't want to return to. She set boundaries. She stuck to them. And he said, that is what brought it back. Go read the post. They say it better in there because it's his story. Okay. So I would look up Joy and, I don't know, maybe reconciliation. I don't know what keywords are in it, but check that out. Okay. And I hope this is helpful. I will see everybody in the next question.